Helltides are a super rewarding activity, but also an extremely necessary one in Diablo 4, and something that you should prioritize at least at the very beginning once you start making your way into the end game, due to the fact that a rare crafting material that drops in there, Forgotten Souls, is so important for when you are going to start modding your sacred and ancestral gear. How you get these Forgotten Souls is through mining nodes in a Helltide when it's active. It can be a random drop from some of the, let's say, tougher enemies you kill, but the best source is going to be from the gifts, the chests, which you can open up with your cinders, which you get while killing enemies inside Helltides. Now, one of the best ones for that, one of the best chests for that, is the Gift of Mysteries. And this is usually a chest that rewards you with several legendaries, as well as a high chance of giving you a bunch of this mat. Now, previously when I used to do Helltides, a big part for me was as soon as I come into the Helltide, I would search around inside the Helltide until I find the Gift of Mysteries, and then I would essentially farm up the 175 that's needed to open it, pop it open, and after that I would relax a little bit and then start opening up the smaller chest. However, I was under the impression that you could only get one of these Gift of Mystery chests in one run of an Helltide, in one span of an hour while the Helltide is active. And this is in fact not true, as I've managed to locate up to 3 of these chests within one Helltide span, 1 hour. And that's because, from what I can at least ascertain in my trying to map out these Helltides and trying to test this, is that every 15 minutes of this 1 hour cycle, one of these Gift of Mystery chests will spawn in one of the areas. These areas are always the same areas, so you can actually start to get to know the Helltides and essentially find them repeatedly if it's a similar Helltide in the same area as the one that you previously found these chests in. And so the idea would be that if you want to have the best possible run in a Helltide, you would be hitting 4 of these chests, so at the very least 3 of these chests is delicious. That is really good. Yes, it does require you to farm a shitload of cinders, so you got to be ready to do a lot of combat as well, and actually find like farm up the raw, let's say, materials, currency that you can actually use to open these chests. But you absolutely need to do that, because again, like I said, these are not only a source for the crafting materials, which are super important, but they also just spit out a bunch of legendaries usually, and this is a great way to gear your character up. The footage you're seeing in the background is me finding multiple Gift of Mystery chests within one Helltide run, and in the last couple of days, as well as in the coming days, I'm essentially working towards mapping out as many of these Helltides as I can, finding the location of these Gift of Mystery chests. So let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see a video where essentially I show each Helltide and I show exactly the location of each one of these spawn points for the Gift of Mysteries, because we can actually over time figure out exactly where one of these chests can spawn, and then that allows you to not waste time during a Helltide to look for this chest, but rather to get right to work farming these materials, and then at those 15-minute intervals you basically go to one of the chest locations and see whether you can actually dump the currency in there and get the items. That's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I wish you luck in hunting down these chests. As mentioned, let me know if you'd like me to work on a video like that where I'll provide map snapshots, and that'll be something that you could, for instance, maybe just screenshot off the screen and keep for you so you can find these quite easily. Perhaps I can even indicate areas where you can farm, which have a high chance of giving you the currency as well, because of course you can find events within Helltides which also give you a lot of this, but there's also specific areas where bosses spawn, where tougher enemies spawn, that actually spit out a lot more of this currency. So there are extremely efficient ways which you can run these Helltides. If you are trying to do multiples of these chests, you're going to need, like I said, a lot of this currency. So it is up to you to figure out, or at least for us together to figure out, what the most optimal way is to complete an Helltide, get as much of the currency, get as many of the chests open, get as much as the rare crafting power, and just grow as a character. But that's it. As I mentioned, thank you so much. It's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are in the world. Until next video, fucking cheers.